Let's start out, though, with the #1 team in 2A once again, Abbeville Panthers. They take pride in coming down those yellow steps and touching the helmet. They were trying to knock off a 4A team, the Westside Rams. Could Jamie Nichols' crew do it? Here's Todd Summers.
The top-ranked team in 2A, Abbeville, taking on a very talented Westside squad midway through the first quarter. Abbeville strikes first. Carson Norman finds a hole and takes it 13 yards for the touchdown. Panthers lead 6-0, but the Westside Rams come right back. First possession, Sherrod Richardson bounces it outside, takes it in for a 4-yard touchdown. Rams lead 7-6 after one quarter. First play of the second quarter, Westside strikes again. Cutter Woods runs option right, pitches to DeMarco Evans for a 3-yard touchdown. Rams up 14-6. Midway through the second quarter, Sherrod Richardson straight ahead. He finds plenty of running room for a 25-yard touchdown. Rams lead 21-6. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half, Cutter Woods beats the Panthers blitz by dumping the ball off to Josh Williams, and the Chattanooga commit does the rest, racing 43 yards for the touchdown. Rams lead 28-6 at the half. Early third quarter, Cutter Woods throws a laser to Josh Williams. He breaks a tackle and takes it 64 yards for the score. Westside pulling away up 35-6. Later in the third, Carson Norman goes to the right, cuts it back to the left, finds plenty of running room for a 49-yard touchdown. Panthers back on the board, cutting the lead to 35-13. However, midway through the third, it's more Cutter Woods as he tosses his third TD pass of the night. This one a 10-yard scoring strike to Jay McClintock. Rams up 42-13. And then later in the third, Abbeville forced to punt deep in its own territory, but Zeke Marshall gets through for the block, the recovery, and the touchdown as Westside gets the win, 48-13.
Our guys, we compete, we work hard. We work hard in practice. Got really good coaches, and hats off. Coach Nichols does a great job over at Abbeville too. That's a good ball club we just played, and I'm glad we came out on top.
In Abbeville, for the High School Red Zone, I'm Todd Summers.
A lot of college prospects on that Westside team. Jamar Boston announced this week he's going NC State. Gaffney makes the drive up I-85, tries to get a second win in its fourth meeting against Mallard Creek in Charlotte. Riley Staten and Junior Smith made it a 7-0 game. Jaden McDowell with a nice run eventually set up a field goal. Jake Spadavecchia, he's been good so far this season, splits the uprights from about 30 yards out. And then Zion Macbeth. Oh, he's a literary fellow. Macbeth takes it to the house. And Gaffney, 3 straight wins after an opening loss. They move on to the victory, 24-7. Spartanburg taking on Grayson from just outside of Atlanta for a second straight year. Vikings lost down in Georgia last year. Will Love gave them a 19-15 lead in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Grayson up 21-19. Cam Smith, nice tackle for loss, gets the ball back for Spartanburg with about 2 minutes to play in the fourth. Vikings in Grayson territory, under 2 to go. Trey Burke in at quarterback, looking for Justin Rice, but Grayson's Uriah Points comes away with the pick. #9 team in Georgia, 7A, that had beaten Fort Dorchester 41-0 last week, edges Spartanburg. Vikings 4 games this year decided by a total of 16 points. They fall to 2-2. Meanwhile, Hillcrest at home trying to get another win and go to 4-0 on the year. Trying to make it 3 straight against Boiling Springs. Avery McFadden, the fumble in the red zone. Campbell Johnson comes away with it for the Bulldogs. That was in the third quarter. Later in the same period, here's McFadden, takes it in. Hillcrest builds the lead to 14-6. Lincoln Husky trying to get his team back even. Little option, fumble. DJ Henderson there for the Rams, and Hillcrest moves on to the win. Boiling Springs team that's so much better offensively than it was a year ago, limited just 6 points in a 21-6 loss. TL Hanna looked to bounce back at home this evening after falling last week in their rivalry game against that good Westside team. They trailed in the third quarter against the Wren Hurricanes, but Josh Donald's 7-yard touchdown tied it at 14-all. KD Patterson later in the third made it a 21-14 game. Patterson coming at you here. Nice cutback. Another nice cutback. A leap in for the score in the fourth. 30-yard run, and Hanna goes on to the victory. They've won 14 of the 27 matchups and 4 in a row now against Wren with that victory this evening. JL Mann trying for a 4-0 start for the first time since 1996. Logan Sullivan trying simply to grab the football. Got his team near the goal line, but on 4th and goal, Jay Stoker is stopped by Jakari Bennett, and the game remains scoreless. Here comes Keyshawn Henderson for J.L. Mann on the end around. Later on the dump off from Ethan Anderson. Now this was a touchdown. Actually, it didn't happen because of an inadvertent whistle, no penalty flag, but we show that as a visual metaphor as to how the game played out. As Mann snaps an 8-game losing streak against Easley, 49-13, and they've got that first 4-0 beginning to a season since 1996. Woodmont and Travelers Rest meeting at the home of the Devil Dogs. Been a tight series over the years. Woodmont winning 10 of the 19 matchups. They were up 16-0 at the break. TR Colby Epps connecting with Gavin Baker. Nifty connection. That drive, though, later stalling. We're told the teachers big fans of the Devil Dogs, and well, they should be. A group of them right there with the banner. Here comes Jordan Sink and Woodmont trying to add to that 16-0 advantage in the third. Noah McDowell on the connection. 2-point conversion was no good, but it doesn't matter. Woodmont is 3-1 under their new head coach Ty Sutherland with a 22-0 win. Mauldin trying for its first win on the year, heads to Serene. Greenville decked out in that black uniform with the red helmet. Here come the Mavs. Jackson Vickers. Deep pass to Patrick Murphy. One-handed grab and a pretty one at that, but Kyler Zimmerman and Greenville had too much for him. He gets in for the score, and Greenville cruising on to the victory. 6 all-time in 7 meetings against Mauldin, 62-7. Daniel makes the trip across Lake Hartwell, takes on Hart County. Number 2 team in 3A in the Palmetto State, and Tremaine Davis Jr. able to get himself into the end zone for the early score. Lions trying to add on to what's been an impressive offensive season. There's Jakari Bennett keeping his balance. Makes it 20-0 Daniel. The Lions roar again. They put up over 50 on the night, getting the win against the Bulldogs in Hartwell as Daniel moves on to the win by a final of 52-21.